Noah Webster kind of warned us about what would happen if we ignored the instruction manual when it comes to designing a society. He put it this way, he said, all the miseries and evils which men suffer from vice, crime, ambition, injustice, oppression, slavery, and war. How do you get all those things? He said, it proceeds from despising or neglecting the precepts contained in the Bible. I'm just a country boy from Dripping Springs. He's basically saying, if you throw the instruction manual out the window, you're not going to get very far. That vehicle's not going to last very long. And our vehicle as a culture, as a society, is our government. It's what brings us together as a nation. And so that's what we're going to talk about throughout this course, is how to be biblical citizens. And Jesus definitely spoke to these things. The Bible speaks to this quite a bit. And often people will say, we'll talk about render unto Caesar what is Caesar's and unto God what is God's. But what we need to start with tonight is recognizing that in our government, in our particular nation, the way that our system is set up, we've got to know who Caesar is. So who's Caesar in America? It's right there. We the people, right? First three words of the Constitution, we the people. So we're Caesar. So, all right, Rick, well, how in the world how do I do Caesar well, right? How do I serve as Caesar in my nation? That's what this course is about. How do I, in a free nation where I've been empowered with a responsibility to hold my government in check, to design my government, to decide what my government can or cannot do, how do I do this well? How do I serve as Caesar in this nation? The church used to really take this job seriously, and we as Christians in the country used to take it extremely seriously, and we've shirked that duty for way too long. Charles Finney, back in the Second Great Awakening, he told us, and by the way, this slide of Finney is very confusing. That is not John Travolta from Staying Alive. I know it's... There's some people that get those confused. All the young people in the room are going, what is he talking about? So, I don't know. Think Justin Bieber. Even that's old now. I don't even know who to use. Anyway, that is Finney in the Second Great Awakening. And here's what he said. The church, this is going to blow your mind. The church must take right ground in regard to politics. Politics are part of a religion in a country such as this. And Christians must do their duty to their country as a part of their duty to God. He said, God will bless or curse this nation according to the course Christians take in politics. So he's saying politics is just part of a religion. In other words, it's just another area of our life, and the Bible applies to every single area of our life. So if we're following the Bible and we're living out our religion, then we will influence politics in our country. And when the church influences politics in a country, then God's going to bless that country because we'll be following his instruction manual. So it's actually a pretty simple idea. It just simply means we're going to obey God's commands in every single area of our life. We're going to take this talent of freedom that we've been given, and we're going to invest in it. We're going to use it. We're going to work it. We're not going to bury it. Remember, there were 3 servants given the talents, and when the master came back, 2 of them had worked it hard. They had doubled those talents. One of them had buried it out of fear. And we don't want to be that wicked and slothful servant that says, well, I'm not going to be involved because I can't make a difference. I'm just one person, or the system's too big, or the system's too broke, or whatever excuse we come up with. And so we bury the talent, and then we're the wicked and slothful servant. Let's not be that. Let's be like the other 2. Let's work this talent of freedom, this wonderful, wonderful gift we have to choose what our society is going to look like. Let's participate as biblical citizens. It really is a duty. It's not just a privilege or a right. I mean, even biblically, when you look at James, he says, so whoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it, for him it's sin. When you look at our nation right now, we know we've got some problems. We've got some challenges. There's no doubt about it. There's some things happening in our nation that we need to be salt and light and change those things. We need to be the ones to bring us back to that biblical foundation where we can live a culture and a society that God will bless. We know what to do. If we're in the Bible, we know what to do. Then we've got to actually go do it. And that means taking action.